How many titles do you see Steph Curry winning over the next 4 years?
You know what? I hate to say this right now, but to be honest with you, I don't see the Golden State Warriors bringing home another championship.
This is just a year for them.
Right. So
I mean,
what do you do? Do you exhaust Steph Curry, or do you start pulling back?
Well, I think I'm not playing Steph over 30 minutes a night.
Oh, okay.
45 against the Clippers in Game 2 and beat them almost single-handedly. He's trying to do the same with 31. He's gone psycho.
Oh, hell no!
I want you to put the word out there that we back up. Understand me? We back up.
Look, Golden State is a problem. It's just been 20 games, but the boys in the Bay are clearly the threats to go all the way. Over the past 2 years, people have made jokes about this team and said they wouldn't ever get back to the same level of play that conquered the entire NBA. Shit, I told you guys back in May in one of my videos how dangerous the Warriors would be when Klay Thompson comes back. I guess it happened sooner than expected. But from what we've seen so far in this season, how can we overlook a team that is dominating the association on offense and on defense? Guys have stepped up on both ends of the ball. The Warriors front office have made excellent moves rebuilding this roster. Vets have continued to make an impact in the locker room and on the court. And of course, you know we got to talk about that crazy man, Steph Curry. Leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe. Let's get right into it. Now, 2 years ago, the Warriors were the laughingstock of the NBA. Almost dead last in offense, cupcakes on defense, and just one of the worst teams in the NBA. No, seriously, we all know Steph Curry, Draymond, and Klay were injured in 2019, but from what we saw on the court, it honestly looked like the Warriors dynasty was over. Fast forward 1 year later, and we witnessed Curry become the league leader in scoring. Draymond was still great defensively, Andrew Wiggins showed improvement, and some of the young talent on this roster made a name for themselves. And now, in this season, the Warriors look like the unit that won the NBA title in 2015. The OG roster, not the KD Super Friends roster. As of me recording this video, the Warriors are second in points per game, second in field goal percentage, first in three-pointers made, fourth in three-point field goal percentage, first in assists, second in offensive rating, and first in effective field goal percentage. The Warriors offense is head and shoulders above the entire NBA, and it starts with every single player buying in. Putting the next guy in the perfect situation to strive in the offense is what makes the Warriors so dangerous. Their ball movement is upper echelon, to the point you never know who might get open or take the last shot. It's almost like art. Yeah, I sound cliche, I know, but let's be honest here. Golden State's system looks simple, but it's so complex for the defense to deal with. And if their offense wasn't already hard to stop, defenses got to deal with that babyface assassin, the light-skinned killer, Steph Curry, who is a current favorite for MVP. Steph might have hit his second prime because in my honest opinion, we are looking at the best version of Steph Curry. Bro, we got Steph getting MVP chants in away arenas like he's prime Kobe. This is different energy. You know the level of respect you have have opposing fans root for you to keep blowing out their team?
Dang. That's tough.
Look, I know 2015 and 2016 are his MVP years, and 2016 is probably one of the greatest MVP seasons ever. But Steph Curry has now put on some more weight and has become even better on defense while still being an all-world threat on offense. Defenses would go at Steph back in the day, and now Steph isn't that young boy that you can just bully just as easy. In this season, Steph is averaging 28 points per game, 6.8 assists per game, 5.8 rebounds per game, 1.8 steals, 46% from the field, 42% from three, and 60% in effective field goal percentage. And for some odd reason, Curry is shooting over 50% from three when a defender is 4 feet in front of him. This guy is nuts, bro. Now we could talk all day about Steph and his legacy and where he ranks all the time, but one thing can be said. When it comes to scoring the basketball, he's the best player ever efficiency-wise putting the ball in the basket. I've seen gravity jokes on Twitter about Steph, and some of them been kind of funny, and some of them just been bad. But Steph's aura on the court makes others better. It's just a plain fact. Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole are both two players that have stepped up with the absence of Klay, and they have been reliable second and third options for the Warriors this season. Both Jordan and Andrew both average over 19 points per game on over 45% from the field, and Wiggins and Poole have made it known that they can go off for huge scoring outputs when need be. Jordan Poole has had his moments of 30-point scoring performances and might be in play to win Most Improved if the season continues in this trajectory. And Andrew Wiggins coming from last year, has built off his play and has become more consistent as an offensive player and looks more comfortable in the Warriors uniform. But besides these three, these are the only players on the Warriors that average over double-digit scoring. Only 3 players, and 2 of which have never been All-Stars. And somehow, the Warriors have the best offense in the entire NBA. This is not normal at all when you look at some of the best offensive teams in the NBA right now. The 17-3 Suns have 5 players averaging double digits. The top-seeded Eastern Conference Nets have 5 players averaging double digits. We gotta show some love to Steve Kerr for this production. 2 years ago, it seemed like Kerr couldn't get anything going without a star core, but it's clear as day that the system implemented in the Bay caters to every player that's ever put on a uniform under Steve Kerr. Sean Livingston, the mid-range assassin that had that slick turnaround fade. Quinn Cook looked like a solid backup point guard in his tenure with the Warriors in their finals runs. Leandro Barbosa,
Iguodala,
Kevin Durant, JaVale McGee, Harrison Barnes. The list goes on of players that have contributed and had key moments in the Warriors dynasty on the offensive end over the past 7 years. The Warriors system, plain and simple, brings out the best out of every player that has played under it. But basketball has 2 sides, and as just as important offense is, defense is just as important. The Warriors defense hold their opponents to and rank 1st in points per game, 1st in field goal percentage, 4th in 3-point percentage, 2nd in assists, 1st in steals, 4th in rebounds, 3rd in turnovers, 1st in defensive rating, and 2nd in effective field goal percentage. As much as you hate their offense, their defense is just as stifling. And this carrying on from last season where they ranked 5th in defense in the entire association. Who's the backbone of this team? I'm kidding. But Draymond is the leader for this team on defense, and it hasn't changed yet. When you need a guy to get in your grill or a guy to pump up the entire team, that's what you call Draymond Green. And even though Draymond may not be the offensive talent we would like to see him be, he more than makes up for it with his hustle and effort on the defensive end. And you can see that translate to the entire team when you look at the play of Gary Payton Jr., who's turned into a very solid on-ball defender for this team. The mix of great vets and a young core of players makes the Warriors so deadly on the court, it's like a match made in heaven. Damian Lee, Otto Porter, and of course,
Iguodala.
Just more pieces that give the Warriors length on the defensive side of the ball. Like I said before back in May in my video, I said how dangerous the Warriors will be when Klay comes back. And from the looks of it, I'm not wrong. With the level of play the Warriors are at right now, Klay Thompson is going to make this team look unstoppable if, and it's a big if, he returns to the same level of play he was at in 2019. We'll have some kinks to work out, of course. He's not going to come back dropping 30-point games, but Klay is on a mission to prove a lot of critics wrong about his play, especially since he wasn't selected for the NBA 75, which Steph, Draymond, and former teammate Kevin Durant all made. He's got something to prove, and we've all seen what Klay can do when he gets hot. I hope he can stay healthy because the Warriors will need him to if they plan on winning it all this year. But be wary of what Klay does to opposing defenses from deep when he comes back onto the hardwood floor. And another big piece the Warriors are missing is their number 2 overall draft pick in 2020, James Wiseman. It's easy for critics to say Warriors should have drafted LaMelo, and in hindsight right now, we can all agree to that. But Wiseman still has yet to truly showcase his full capabilities on the court, and he most certainly has the size and frame to make an impact for the Warriors, especially on the defensive end. At the end of the day, dealing with an injury so early in your career can be a burden, but as he gets healthy and eventually sees the court, I'm more than sure James Wiseman will prove his worth to this team. It's very early. I'm gonna keep saying this because I know I'll catch heat if they start to lose some games. But the Warriors look like the team to beat right now in the NBA. And with the performance of the entire unit, led by Steph Curry and Draymond Green, and the incoming arrival of Klay Thompson, the league needs to be on notice of the NBA's best well-oiled machine over the past 7 years, that is the Golden State Warriors. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the Warriors and who has the best shot at taking them down. Leave a like, and of course subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all my NBA content. Road to 1K coming soon. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay on beat.